I just started streaming. Yeah, we are going. And we are live. We in for a good one. Let's get it. Yes, sir, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Boom. Gotta open the chat real quick.
I'm gonna give it 1 more minute real quick. All right, man. Andres, you ready?
Ready.
All right. Pat, you ready, bro?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm always ready.
All right, ready?
Always ready.
All right, man. Welcome to the Don't Overthink It podcast, man. Episode 12, man. Starring me, Young in the Head, and
Your boy Patrick Haynes.
man, you guys know what's going on tonight, man. We got special guests in the building. We got Andres. You feel me? Let's get it. He's a famous author / poet. We got a very, very, very good episode in tune for you guys tonight. Stay tuned, get active in the chat, and let's get it, man. Pat, go ahead and introduce Andres, or let him introduce himself.
So before we do this, right, I do want to ask, how do you say your last name?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
Leung. Like
Leung.
Leung.
Yeah.
So we got
Andres.
Andres
Okay.
Leung in the chat, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
poet himself, you know what I'm saying? This man, before this morning, I did not know this man was a huge poet, but we got the next Edgar Allan Poe in the building, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing, you know what I mean? He's doing numbers on and off the books. Big phone on Twitch. We're going to get those links to you guys. He's going crazy on Barnes & Nobles. Can you just introduce people who do not know who you are real quick for anybody who doesn't know you? What's going on?
So my name is Andres Leung, professional author and poet. Born in Stockton, California,
Yes, sir.
and I'm currently 18 years old.
Nice. Okay. And bro, I gotta ask because I did not know like before today that the poetry scene was popping. You said it's not. It kind of is, bro. I'm gonna be real. You're making it look lit. Like it's popping a little bit. He's the front runner of it, like a young author coming up. You know what I'm saying, bro? How did you get into that scene? And like, can you just give us a little bit of insight for people who aren't familiar with it?
Yeah, I started writing when I was 16. I actually never planned to publish. It was more for like myself because I started writing by myself because my uncle is a fallen Marine, so he died like in the service. So I found writing as a way to like cope with like my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was about like 16, my mom's friend is actually like a publisher, and she offered me to publish with her for like 5 poems like in the book, like a small pamphlet.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I started publishing my own stuff on Wattpad, which is a writing app for like writers and other things alike. And then after that, I started writing on Instagram, and then after that, I started writing on Barnes and Nobles, and now Amazon too. Soon,
Bro.
So you making money off this a little bit?
of course, yeah.
Okay, that's what we
At the
like to
moment,
hear.
yeah. At the moment, Barnes and Nobles gives me 70% of every sale I get.
Bro, solid.
So
Okay, so how was it like? How was the process of monetizing your work, man? It's good, like I gotta understand. It's probably not straightforward at all, right? So yeah, but we know there's a bunch of headaches when it comes to actually getting paid for what you create. You know what I mean? So like, how was that?
To be honest, I kind of struggled in the beginning because before I started publishing with like companies, I published all my stuff online, like all on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was like there, you know, once it's there forever type of thing. It's not really yours. So I was having a hard time like getting paid for those type of things because it wasn't like copyrighted. But eventually, once I started working with Wattpad and Barnes and Nobles, every time you work with them, you get copyrights for it. So you get copyrights and you get like royalties type of thing. So they make sure your stuff is secure.
Okay, solid. So, all right. So, like, how long did it take for you to do that? Like, from the time you started writing to like getting connected with WhatsApp and not WhatsApp, WhatsApp and Amazon and Barnes and Nobles like that. Like, how long was the time frame?
Only a year. It took me
a year?
A year or less, probably.
Nice, man. All during COVID.
All during COVID.
Yes, sir. Best year ever. That's what I'm saying. I gotta keep going with it. It's the best year ever, man. The chat is messing with it. I do gotta drop these links in the chat. You know what I mean? And right. Oh man, I'm missing the announcements, bro. I forgot and ran through this whole thing. All right, hold on. I don't got no soundboard. Let's rewind it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so hold on, chat. All right, before we keep going, I gotta let y'all know this is gonna be the last stream on Zoom. It's gonna be the last format you guys see like this. You know what I'm saying? We gotta move on. Something a little more better, you know what I mean? Just tune in for the next one, right?
We're moving up right now, man. We slowly moving up.
We're booming. Get us to 1,000 views. You know what I'm saying? Get us to 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
We are at 928. We're at 928 right now, bro.
We are at 928. Share it with your friends and family. Get us to 1,000, please. No stream tomorrow night. Happy 4th of July. Boom, boom, pop, pop, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? And will I get a webcam? The world may never know. But we are back to it. You know what I mean? We got our guest here. So back on track, right? Twitch. All right. Twitch. This is wild. All right. Because you got to think. So this man is running a big Twitch channel, right? He's doing numbers. All right. He's doing numbers. He's running a Twitch channel writing poetry, bro. Now, when you hear that, it's like, bro, people are watching you write poems. You know what I'm saying? Bro, yes. Like, tell them about your Twitch, man. What's going on there? So, like, how did that happen?
The reason I started doing Twitch is I wanted to like get myself comfortable with like talking like live poetry and like random people because I know I need it for my career because as a poet you get to like talk out loud a lot, like especially like my own work.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that like 11 months ago, 12 months ago maybe. And what I would do is I have my camera like on my desk with a notebook, and like once people come in, I'd be like, "What topic do you want?" So like, let's say someone wanted a poem about a tree, I'd be like, "Okay, I write a poem about the tree in like 5 minutes, and then read it out loud." Next one, and then after a little bit, I started moving into more video games too. So I started to expand like my Twitch horizon because I started going into like Apex Legends, Fallout 4, things like that.
Okay.
Nice, man.
Sound pretty good, man.
And like, so you had like repeat people coming in. They would come in, drop a poem about dog, water bottle, light bulb, random stuff, right? And you would just write the poem and keep it pushing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And like, y'all didn't heard it right here, but you can literally build an audience doing anything, bro. Like doing anything with it doesn't matter. You just gotta. It's not what you do; it's how you do it. You know what I mean? So that's crazy, bro. That's dope. I do gotta drop these links real quick. While I do that, Mari, do you have any questions for our guests?
Andres, main inspiration every day to keep doing what you're doing right now. Why do you want to keep doing poetry?
Well, okay. Well, when I first started, it's mostly because like my uncle, I wanted to make him proud because playing a fallen Marine. As of right now, though, it's more of like a thing of helping younger people. Oh my God, sorry, helping younger people cope with like depression, stuff like that. So I'm more focused right now on emotions and like, because I know like mental health is a big problem right now, especially with COVID just ending and starting whatever. So
yes, sir.
That's what I'm at right now.
That's your main. That's your main inspiration. Okay. Do you have anybody? What poet inspires you? I'm sorry. What poet influenced you a lot every single day to keep doing poetry?
So I'll be honest. I do not like to read. I hate reading. Like I'll be honest. Like if I read a book, I don't even read it myself sometimes. I just don't like reading. I like to write. But inspiration-wise, most likely probably Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
It's most of my first works were like based on like the darker theme, kind of. So I found that through him, I got like a outlet to kind of express my emotions in a different way. So yeah.
Okay. And have you been to any conventions, or how's your networking when it comes to poetry?
Okay. Before COVID, I was doing like live shows in Stockton and like other places like that. So I would like show up. I would speak like about myself and then speak about my poems and like, explain them. And then eventually, after that, I started doing on Twitch, like I said.
Yeah.
And I also do on Instagram. I do it less on Instagram now, but I used to do it a lot more on Instagram, like every day.
When it comes to feedback, what type of feedback were you getting on your poetry?
To be honest, I didn't get much feedback. It was more of like, good job type of thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that read my stuff didn't really understand it, which is not a bad thing. Even like my parents, like they thought I was like depressed because like I was writing like that dark stuff. I really wasn't. Just how I wrote. So I had a lot of help though. I had like editors and stuff like that help me out, and they would always say like, "You can do it. Keep going," type of thing. I really never got too much negative feedback. If I'm honest with you.
Okay, that's cool. Because the next question I was going to ask is like how do you go about that if you did have any negative feedback? So you haven't got any negative feedback at all?
On Instagram, I had more on Instagram more than anything else. I just ignore it, like especially with writing. It's so subjective. Like I can write like a poem in like 2 words, and that could be like really good. So it's like I try to keep an open mind. What people think about me, right? Because I know it's really hard to understand certain things, and it's really hard to relate to.
Yeah, because somebody might see your poetry and might not be able to relate to it, so they think that it's bad or it's not that good, but it's something that's probably way deeper than what they were actually thinking.
Right.
So I completely agree with that, because I'm the type of person who I like to see things in a different lens, and like I want to know how you think, and I want to know why do you think of this in this way. So me, if I read your poetry, I was like, okay, he thinks this because of this. This is what happens in his life, so that's the reason why he writes like this, and this is why. This is how he understands what he's talking about, and this is. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. Like this is how he expresses himself in this type of way.
It's interesting you say that. I try to do the exact opposite. When I write, I try to make sure that people don't understand my opinion, because I like that poem to be for them. Like, make it what you want, not what I want, type of thing. So I always try to like hide my opinion in my works. I make it very short on purpose, so like you don't really think about my opinion too much. You think about your own more.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, so like so when you're writing, you're looking for a way to kind of invoke thought in the reader, right? So from what I understand.
Yeah, most of my works is you're not going to get the point sometimes. Most of the time, you're not because I don't really give the point straight out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, bro. I was confused as fuck reading some of them poems. Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up. What were you saying?
I like my readers to like make it their own. So even when I like talk about my poems, I try not to give the meaning out of why I wrote it, but I want to know why they think what it is instead of me knowing what it is.
Okay.
That's what I do.
I feel like that's great in like bringing in an audience because you know it's kind of like you know you're giving them something that they want to hear, so it's great for them and it's great so you can just build your brand basically, and that's what we preach, you know, try to build our brand and stuff like that. So I think that it's great that you're really doing that. You're making it for the readers and not for yourself.
Right.
Perfect.
I feel that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't just learn something right now. Like you're definitely gonna see the effects of that on the podcast off rip. I've been learning a lot from the guests, bro.
Yes.
You too, Mari?
Yes, bro. Hey. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. You see how we've been taking things, like everything has been a small step. We've been moving up the ladder each and every day. And, you know, in a month from now, our podcast is going to be way better than it is right now. We're not going to fumble off of our words like that. The quality is going to be a little bit better. Like, everything's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, man. Like every single time we post, we get a little better. You know what I mean? We got to keep going. We do have a question in the chat. Postseason D asks, where is Andres going to college?
So I am currently enrolled in Sonoma State University. I'm going to get a BA in English. Is it right now?
BA in English. Okay. So what's the main goal behind that? What do you want to do with that degree?
Okay, so I went to English because, first of all, I like it, of course. Mm-hmm. And I have a very diverse field I can go into. I can go into law school. And most likely for me, I kind of went for politics. So I went for like mayor later in life. And I feel like going into English is going to help me with my speech writing and like how to like say things, how to write things.
Right.
Which probably come out later in life if I do become a politician or whatever later.
Have you did a lot of public speakings?
I did a lot before COVID. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to get back into it now. So I was trying to because honestly, when you're a poet, you have to do it because like there's no way out of it. Like you won't build an audience without it. Like it's impossible.
I got a question about like your personality wise. Like, how would you say your personality was before, like writing and doing all this public speaking, compared to now since you have that type of experience?
Personality wise, I would say probably the same, honestly, because I feel like before I started writing, I was kind of hiding it from people, and they never really knew like I like to do it. But I feel like now that I have like the experience and I'm showing it like in public, I am able to like be myself more than anything else. So I think people see the real me now than they did before.
So what I'm getting from that is like you're expressing yourself more and you feel more comfortable doing that.
Right.
Okay. Makes complete sense. Complete sense.
Okay, man, because we've known you for a minute. You know what I mean? And like, back in the day, Andres was a real mysterious dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't talk that much like that.
He didn't talk a lot. You know what I mean?
Played his butt off on defense, though, for sure. He got 15 steals a game. Hey, man, I remember that. Andres used to play his butt off on that floor. On that press, had about 32 steals, ripping the best guard out there. Pluck, pass, lay, all that good stuff.
Yeah, hey, man.
Andres, man. I had a question. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. Good question. At that point, I'm hoping to have about 7 books published.
7 books published.
And I hope to have my novel I'm working on. I'm working on a 200-page novel right now.
Okay.
So hope to have that out. And hopefully going to like be graduating college at that point. I'm not sure what else. I probably will stay in California because that's Like I like California, so that's all I know for now.
Okay. So are you more of a family person? You want to be close to your family and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm much more of a family person. I like to stay kind of close, not like too close, but like an hour or two away is
Yeah,
good enough for me.
you still want to, you feel me, be able to, be on your own a little bit as well.
Yeah, I have like some of my own personal space a little bit though.
Yeah, I got you. The novel. What is the novel going to be about exactly? You got a title for it? You got a little teaser for us? What you got so far?
Yeah. So the novel is going to be titled Reality, and the cover is going to be like a face, like half of mine and half of the main characters type of thing.
Okay.
That makes sense. It's based in the 1920s. It's about an orphan named Sarah Feather, who is a writer herself. And the interesting thing I have in my novel is she like writes poems, but the poems she writes are like mine. So like when she writes it in the book, like it's my work too at the same time.
So I find this kind of interesting. Like, so you're telling a story in this novel. Like something, is it going to be something that's happening in your life or something that's made up? How is that going to play out?
I say like the scenery is made up, but the events that happen are real events. So you'll see, like, of course, I wasn't born in the 1920s. Like the struggles I've been through, you'll see. I've been there.
Hold on.
You see all the type of things I've been through.
We lagged a little bit. You want to repeat that? From the struggles that you've been through? That's what you said? What did you say after that?
Yeah. Struggles I've been through, the experiences, and just everything, kind of.
Okay.
So far, for me at least.
Got it. I got another question. Sorry, I be having a lot of questions, man.
You
good? How does your creative mind get into this space of you just being able to get that pencil, put it on that paper, and be able to write such a nice story, like how you say, like it's something from the 1920s, but it's also about your struggles and the experiences you have, but you still it's kind of nonfiction and fiction. How do your creative creativity, like how are you that creative? Like what does that spark? Where do you get that from?
And, most of the time I prefer to write at nighttime because I feel like it's like less people, less noise. It's kind of just me in my room, so I usually keep like one light on, have my book right in front of me. It's like 9 o'clock, and I start writing. That's just how I do it.
Okay, so you like the little like basically like just a scenario like down the hall, a long dark hall with one light on, and your pencil and that book, and you just writing, getting that story out. Like SpongeBob.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, man, you got anything for Andreas, man?
Dang. Bruh. All right, so here we go. I like to do this with all the guests. Start this with the last podcast, you know what I'm saying? All right, here we go, Andreas. Scenario time. Let's do it. I'm your doctor, all right? I walk in the office. You're sitting there, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, bruh, I'm going to tell you like this. You got 30 days to live, bruh. I went to school. I know what I'm talking about. You got 30 days. 29. All right? What you doing?
I mean, I wouldn't change a thing. I live the same. I would wake up, do workout, hang out with my family, and write. I wouldn't change, I don't think. I think I would pretty much keep the same routine.
So you love the life that you're living right now. Like, you will be okay if something happened to you, hypothetically, knock on wood, you'll be okay with living the life that you are living right now every day?
Yeah.
When you wouldn't do anything extra at all, like visit somewhere, go to a place you've always wanted to go, do something you always wanted to do. Like, would you do something like that?
No matter what it is, as long as I have my friends and family and my notebook, I am perfectly fine with anything.
Oh, hey, man. Well said, man. Another question. What is your ideal living situation? Like, wife, kids, big house, small house, lots of cars. Like, what's your ideal living situation? Where at? California, Texas, Just give you little examples.
I'm not very fancy. I'm more like secluded, so I'd rather be like in a forest in California maybe like a cabin, small family type of thing.
Okay.
Like a car, like one car, like doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just feel like it's better for me at least to like be isolated a little bit because just like the noise and stuff like kind of bothers me a little bit, especially in big cities like LA, whatever it might be.
Okay.
I'm just not a fan of noises when big noises, so I'll probably live isolated in California somewhere.
Damn, man.
So
Everybody is isolated, bruh. Nobody want to get in the mix.
Nobody don't like all that drama. They just trying to chill. Like, they got their wife, their kids. They just want to be with their family, doing their own thing, living their own life, man. I completely agree with that. I just, I want a couple people around me so if somewhere ever to happen, we'll be good. And then if my kids want to go play outside, you feel me, there's, a couple kids from the neighborhood that they could play outside with. Because I want them to have that type of experience I had growing up when going knocking on your friend's door and tell them to come outside and play, riding bikes, basketball, football, playing Pokemon cards, hide and go seek tag. I want my kids to have that type of experience.
Bro, what? Bro, like, I don't understand this, man. I feel like I'm some type of anomaly now because I want to wake up with a bunch of people in my house. I know everybody, you know what I'm saying? 30 wives, gang members, you know what I mean? Just everybody.
Okay, so let me tell you something about Patrick. This dude want to have a polygamous relationship.
Right. I'm in there, you know what I mean? Children wake up, they're not knocking on people's doors, playing with other kids. They wake up, they're with pops. We're going somewhere, right? We're going to the gun range and we're shooting. You know what I'm saying? We're getting ready for war. What war? I don't know. We're getting ready.
Oh, we gonna do that too. My sons, my daughter, they gonna know how to do that for sure. Them fireworks is going crazy outside.
They are going crazy.
Different, man. What was I gonna say? Give me 1 second, man. Let me. Man. Got another question for Andres. Let me pull up my.
You hang out with me long enough, you will get in the mix. All right, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
Okay. What is your main goal in life right now? What is your main goal?
So I didn't tell you guys beforehand, but right now, I have a nonprofit for homeless people. So my main goal right now is to, of course, like expand my writing career, but I also want to make the nonprofit like my main thing, like my main focus of helping homeless people and things like that. So I kind of want to stay in Stockton a little bit and like help the community.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can get into that more. As this guy, I just started with that. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Stockton, that is great. You started your charity and stuff like that. That's pretty dope. That's really dope. You don't hear too many young people doing that. That's really dope, and I'm really glad that you're doing that. I want to just ask a question about like growing up in Stockton. How do you feel like Stockton has made you and molded you as a person? Like, what is like your experience of growing up in Stockton?
Stockton's a very diverse place, and it makes me who I am today. Right. It makes me bold, not scared, and like not afraid to go outside the box. Mm-hmm. Especially now, more recently with what's his name, Brandon Leak winning the America's Got Talent here. I think it's very inspirational for me, other people looking to write.
For the people in our community, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I got another question for you. So how has writing poetry impacted your life? How does it impact your life?
Completely changed it. I never thought I'd be writing books for Barnes & Noble. That's the thing I never thought happened. I actually used to hate English when I was younger. So, like, I don't know what happened, but...
Completely agree with you.
Interesting fact, actually. I wrote my first, like, little novel when I was, like, in 3rd grade, I think. Mm-hmm. So, I always think I like to write, but not read. So, my life now, I'm able to read. I'm able to write a lot more. So, it has completely changed it for the better, I think. Okay. I'm able to do stuff like, speeches, Twitch. Like, I think everything changed for the better. For me.
Okay.
That's wild. But I'm noticing a trend, right? I'm noticing like people, when they got something that they grow up hating, when they get a little older, they end up doing that thing and being super good at it. Right? That's weird. I don't understand what's going on there, right? He's not the first person I've ever heard say that, bro. That's crazy.
I feel like if you believe in the Most High, I feel like that's the Most High telling you, because you're resenting that because you don't want to do it. But I feel like the Most High bringing that back into your life is telling you this is what you're supposed to be doing. And this is why I put you on this planet to do. Another question: do you feel that you have found your purpose?
I think I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I like writing, and I think my purpose. But I've always been a person that likes to help people. So I think I'm getting there, but nonprofit and stuff. But I'm not there completely yet.
Okay. And so you have a business, correct?
I have two, yes.
You have two. Okay, just make sure. Do you feel that it is important to start a business, young?
I'm the type of person that believes in if you want it, you can get it any age. You can be 50, 60, 80, 10. Doesn't matter to me.
Hey, man. Hey, that's real talk. That is real talk. I completely. Goal. What is your goal financially? How do you want to live your life financially?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Financially wise, I'm not too concerned about. I really don't care too much about it. I've always said I write for people, not for the money ever. Right. I do my nonprofit for the people. So as far as financial goes, I haven't really thought too much about it. I really don't care too much about the money. I care about helping other people.
Great, man. It sounds like you're just somebody who wants to just help people in our community, and which is great. And who do you think instilled that into you, and just to want to just help people around you?
My dad's like a problem solver.
Mm-hmm.
I have like long talks about him about like things you could solve in like Stockton or whatever.
Right.
I think he's really inspired me and encouraged me to help other people, and don't give up the faith of humanity type of thing.
Okay.
Oh man, that choice of words was crazy because I'm gonna tell you right now, bruh, I'm there. I've completely given up all hope. I'm gonna be real, bro.
I ain't give up. I feel like some people gonna get it sooner or later, but you know, in the world there always is still winners and losers. But I don't agree with it though. Like, how do you? Okay, I got a question. It's off topic from the whole podcast, but I just want to know, how do you feel about money? Give me my example, as in, we work our whole lives, and people live and die for a piece of paper.
I mean, in this day and age, we are a capitalist society. There's no denying that. Mm-hmm. So I get that you do need the money to live like a good life. But I've always said, people, it might sound crazy, I've always said the homeless people are some of the most creative and happy people because they don't care about the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, like if you want like work, family, then die, whatever. That's what you want to do. I completely understand, but I don't see money as something we really need. It's more of a want.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Got it. So you're.
I want to drop an opinion on that. You already know what I'm about to do. I'm about to go on a little rant. I'm starting to get fired up, right? Because that's one side of the coin, right? Money isn't anything at all. You guys been watching for a while. You know how I feel about this. If you don't know what else to do, get to the bag, right? The reason why I say this is because, okay, fine. Yeah, you're right. Like, money isn't everything, right? You need your family, your health, right? If you're not alive, there's no point in having it. You need to be able to fight. If you can't fight, somebody can kill you and take it all. Okay, so there's no point in having it if that's the point, right? But outside of all that, you need money to literally do everything in the world, right?
Yes.
Money is power. Money is freedom. It's not evil at all. Right? It's a tool. It's a means to an end. All right, and I 100% support the attainment of it and anything you need to do to get it. You know what I mean? I'm extremely financially focused. That's just me personally. Mari is too, right? Yes. Hey, that's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? So wherever that fits in your boat, get to the bag. You know what I mean? I'm real calm down. I'm real calm down. I used to be a little wild. I'm
Normally,
maturing.
this dude would be turning up about some dang money. Yeah. So you don't feel like money is that important? Is that what you're saying? Like, do you feel like it's not important, or you just don't focus on it because you don't feel like you don't want to be because you're not doing things for the money? That's what you're trying to say?
I just say more, but it is what you make it. Like, you want to focus on it, I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah.
If you don't focus, I'm not going to judge you either.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's hard for me personally to think about the money because I'm more of just like, I'm doing it for a purpose and more for like helping people other than myself. So I understand though people come from, but oh yeah, I just want to get money. It's fine with me. So you can go both ways, I think.
Yeah, man, I completely agree. But like we're going, I don't know. For me personally, I want to have money. I want to be financially stable because I want to be able to just, I got this much money. I can buy my mama a house. I can buy my dad the car he always wanted, man. I can provide for my brothers and sisters, and I can create this business where we got infinite amount of money coming through like an infinity sign to have that cash flow. Because I'm all about building that generational wealth. Because I know in my family, there was no anomaly person who just got rich all of a sudden. And I'm like, why not me? Why can't I work my butt off right now so I can obtain this? So later down the line, my great 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 grandchildren are living the best lives that they can live.
I want to answer that question too.
Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Right? I already said it, right? Money is a tool to me. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I want to attain it, I'm a conqueror. You know what I mean? I want to be God in the community that I decide to live in. You know what I mean? I can do what I want, whenever I want, however I please. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do to me? Call the police? Arrest me? Who do you think pays them? Right? I can do whatever I want, whenever I please. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working to design a life where I can do that, where I choose to live. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Andres, do you aspire to be the best poet, author, or?
I've always said it. It's not about being the best. It's about inspiring people. It's not about the money. It's about inspiring people. I think if you're writing, especially for poetry, if you're not doing it for the people, you're not in it for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should really be in it. I'm not going to go against you. Of course not. Like you do you, but my personal opinion is it's for the people, not anyone else.
Completely understand, man. That's why we started this podcast, man. Because, like, of course, well, how we just told you, like, we are both like financially oriented. We want to make a lot of money. That's just no doubt about it. They're not going to think anything differently. But as well, we wanted to relate a message to the people who are going to be coming after us to want to start young, to start something, to build an empire for yourself so you can be well off in whatever you do. Doesn't matter if it's poetry, doesn't matter if it's any type of business, anything you want to do. Build that as an empire, make it your own, and I'll say build a following and build a fan base or anything like that so you can impact those people so they can do the same thing that you're doing and so that we're all going up together. That's how I feel about that, man. Are you influenced by any celebrities at all? Do you have any favorite celebrities?
I don't really know. I don't really watch too much TV or like movies and stuff like that. Most of the time, I am usually thinking like in my own head about things I could solve, things I could do better, things I could write about.
Okay.
So as far as like,
sleeping. Oh, my bad. Keep going. Wait, what are you saying?
I was to say, what did I say? Sorry. Yeah, like not really no, because I usually stay away from things like that because I think it negatively influences me in a bad way. So I usually don't get into all the celebrity stuff, social media. I really don't try not to.
Okay. The only reason I was asking you that because my question was going to be, If you had 3 celebrities, any celebrities dead or alive that you can sit down and have dinner with, who would it be? Do you feel like you can answer that question?
Okay, well, first of all, Edgar Allan Poe, number 1.
Okay.
Oh man, that's gonna be a crazy meal. Okay. Crazy night. Okay. Who else we got?
Albert Einstein.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay. You dropping them on us right now.
Third one is someone that never found their purpose in life.
So just any person who hasn't found their purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Andres. Absolute most thing that you cannot live without. What is one thing that you cannot live without?
It's a hard question.
That's a hard question.
Honestly, I can live without my phone. I don't really need it. But my thing is education, schooling. I can't live without schooling.
Okay.
That's my thing.
So you can't live without progression of your mind.
Yeah, basically. I can't just not sit there and just not think about something. Okay. I have to always be thinking.
So you complacency is something that you do not like, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Real good.
Still the promoter says he can't live without pizza. I like this guy.
Hey, well, that's my uncle, bro. Okay.
That was good.
Speaking about it, we talked about this at the beginning of the podcast. You told us you had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I got a little spicy question.
Fuck.
If your girlfriend is watching, or if she does end up watching it anytime at all, respect to her. Andres loves you a lot. But I got one question for you. If you don't want to answer it, you don't have to answer it. One has to go. Your girlfriend or your career. Let's just say you don't have to. Hold on, give me 1 second. You're very successful in what you want to do. You impact a lot of people, right? Who has to go, the girlfriend or the career?
Career, in a heartbeat.
Ooh,
I'm always a family man.
Always a family
man.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I'll throw away $1 million, $2 million.
No.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about anything, like my mom, dad, cousin, whatever. I'll throw away any type of money, any type of thing for him.
Hey, man. Hey, I feel like when it comes to me, I feel like certain people is going to get that edge. Mom, dad, okay, y'all get that edge. Girlfriend, not girlfriend, but career, bye-bye. You feel me? But, Pat, I'm going to let you answer that, man, because I know you're bad.
I got to ask, wait, why, though? You told me, who you do it for, but, why? What's the reasoning behind that?
Behind my answer?
Yeah.
I was going to tell you exactly why. When I first started writing, no one supported me more than her. She is the reason why I'm still writing today.
For real?
She knew about my writing career more than anyone did. She knew it before anyone else.
At that point, you do keep her. Real talk. If she,
all right, that changes everything, right?
Yes,
because when you frame it like that, right, that answer is acceptable. Okay, that is acceptable. You know what's wild, right? I do gotta say, Mark, you do know what's gonna happen, right? With this podcast, it's inevitable that we're gonna get pushed into that red pill space, bro. I already know.
I'm not tripping. If we get pushed into the red pill space,
we're gonna get pushed into that space inevitably.
We gonna get it going, man. It's good though.
It's inevitable, bro.
Once we build our content and our fan base a lot more, we probably most likely will, but it will probably be half. It wouldn't be all the way in there though, because of what we talk about right now.
Yeah, I'm really rejecting it. I'm fighting it, but I see it happening. But we're gonna get pushed into it. There's nothing we can do.
It's good though. But back to what you were saying about she was there the whole time. So she was encouraging you. Was she promoting it as well?
Way more than that. More than anything in that. There was a point where I was completely gonna just quit. I was crying to her, I'm done. I can't do this. It's too much for me. She is the one that forced me to keep writing.
Hey, man.
They don't make them like that no more,
man.
Make
me cry, man.
Jeez, man.
Hey, that's really dope, man. Shout out to her. You were doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Sheesh, man, that's dope. That really does change the ball game. If she is there supporting you, promoting it, doing everything she could to help you, that's the type of girl you need, bro. Do not lose her. You found you
She's
found a
with
good
me.
one. You found a good one, man.
That's fucking
I'm
you know,
so I'm so happy for you. Really, really, real talk, man. I'm really happy for you. I'm glad that you found her.
once again, we got a guest that is making me rethink my decision as a man. You know what I mean? Because now, right, I'm like, maybe my selection of female is just horrible, right? Maybe that's me. Maybe that's where I'm at, right? Maybe you know what I'm saying? Because if you gotta understand, right? If you keep on doing stuff and things keep on going bad, the problem is you. All
Yeah,
right,
you gotta take accountability.
I gotta take accountability for my actions. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right? And so because of this right here, right, I'm giving my life. I'm giving my life to the Lord. You know what I mean? I gotta start getting in church. Stop talking to these hoes. You know what I mean, right?
Pat, you're
And I gotta get my
wild.
life right. You know
Pat,
what I
you're wild, bro. You're wild. You're wild. Do you feel like you would be any? Did you feel like you would be anywhere else before? Okay, so before you started writing, before you started doing poetry or anything like that, where did you see your life or your career going?
Kind of, it's not really the same thing, but I knew I wanted to go to college. I kind of like history, so I was thinking about maybe a history major.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure at the time, really. I wasn't much of a school person until I started really writing poetry. So, I don't really know.
Okay.
I didn't have much plan. I was doing sports, like cross country, soccer.
Yeah.
That's all I was doing.
Okay. Let's talk about high school, man. Just graduated high school, right? What high school did you end up going to?
St. Mary's.
St. Man. Oh, you did. Okay, I did remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your high school experience? How was that?
Look, let me put it this way. I'm not a fan of the school in general. I'm just not. But I like the people there.
Okay.
So, people always ask me, because I wanted to go to Lincoln, like a freshman year.
Yeah.
People ask me today, if you could go back, knowing what you know now, would you go back to Lincoln instead of St. Mary's? And my answer now is no, because there's teachers and people at St. Mary's that really supported me in my writing career.
Right.
Like giving me books, giving me like CDs, listen to like anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Help me out. So I think overall at the end, even though I hated it at first, I'll be honest with you, I ended up appreciating it at the end of the day.
Okay, man, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty dope. Did you go to prom or anything like that?
I go, what?
Did you go to prom or any school dances or anything like that?
I went to almost like any school function I could, because I know it's like a one-time thing.
Yeah, hey, man. I remember. I'm so glad I went to prom my sophomore year because that was so fun, and it turns out to being the only time I could really do that. So, I'm really satisfied. Are you satisfied with the way high school went?
I'm always very hard on myself, and even like anyone that like knows me well always says I'm very hard on myself. I'm never satisfied with anything I really do.
An awesome trait.
Yeah.
Keep it.
So more often at times you're always thinking like I'm not doing enough. Or do you always think you are like there's something else I could be doing right now, like that could be benefiting me?
The thing is, I know I'm doing a lot, but for me, it's always like more like not for myself, more for like people. I know I can help more people. Like that like 5 minutes I spent like doing whatever, 10 minutes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I can even helping someone else out.
Okay. You were talking about your parents a little bit earlier. I wanted to get into that, but we got kind of off track. Start talking about something else, man. How have your parents impacted you, man? What things and like what influence how they gave you in just writing and just being a young man and just like growing up?
My parents are both science majors, so they were very confused when I started writing because no one in my family is an English major except for me, really.
Mm-hmm.
But they supported it. My mom's my first editor was actually my mom's friend, so she helped me out, encouraged me a lot. My dad was there for more like to me to think about life, like what can a man really be? Does a man have a purpose? Even stuff like that.
Okay. So you believe like that you have that fire in you that as a man, as a young man, I should be striving for something and I should be focused on something because that's the only way I'm going to be successful in whatever I do. And being successful doesn't mean famous and all that stuff, just successful in what you're doing.
My mother's always said, if you have no problems, you're not living life. You're not alive. So that's what I live by every day.
Hey man, that's a very, very, very good way to live.
I like that insight, bro, because I also feel the same way. That's something I was reading the other day. It was just saying that Alexander Cortez wrote something. He said, like, all men are born with this pressure, right, to want to conquer or want to do something significant in life, right? If you're a dude, you just had this kind of, it's something in the back of your head. It's just like, I gotta do something, right? It's something that women don't have the capacity to understand, which is why they like look at guys in such a heroic light, something like that. But yeah, man, I like this guy. I like Andres. You know what I mean? He sounds we got some real similar ideals towards life, some real similar views. It may sound like we're all very different, but I think most people are all really unique. We all just show different aspects of human nature. That's all it is, man.
Yes,
I like this man.
I like to point out, you said like the man's like always like the pressure, right, of being a good hero type of thing. I would argue, not for everyone, but at least for me, I was born the opposite because most of my life, there's a lot of like women around me, like older women, young women, raising me. So at least for me, I don't think I had that pressure really. My pressure was more of like this like calm. I was always poised and calm. I have a very strong temper. I have a very calm manner in myself. So that's the way I was raised, though. I get what you mean, though. I mean, the pressure is there.
Yeah, everybody has different circumstances. I know me for sure. Growing up in single parent, but then I still have my dad in my life. He's very, very 100% in my life. We just live in different cities. That's it. But just like being in like the house and growing up as the man of my house, even though my dad still has like this final say so of anything, even though he lives in a different city, I still feel like I want to do something that's going to help me and my mama get out of this situation because I want to be in a different situation. So I have like that pressure on myself, like I gotta do something that's gonna get me where I want to be, basically, and that's that pressure that Patrick was talking about.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, and I gotta ask, right? Because you said you didn't grow up with it, right? Because you grew up around a lot of women. So, like, where did it come from?
Like what exactly? Sorry.
The desire to want to do great things, like the pressure that we're talking about.
I never had it really. I never had the pressure to really want to conquer or whatever, be great at something. I've always been more like, hey, like you can do it. You do your thing.
Like you got it now though, right? With the writing, everything like that. Like, can you like pinpoint where that came from, or not really?
I don't. To be honest, I still think I don't have it. I don't think I have it still.
So
what?
So
because when I write, I don't like. I'm not like okay. I don't write every day. I'm not like constantly writing. I kind of write based on feel. I'm an emotional writer, so I take my time. I'm not like oh yeah, I'm doing really good right now. I have to produce more. I'm very like calm, very slow, and just keep going through it.
Whoa, bro! That is something I cannot understand at all. I can't even fathom that, and because of that, I think this man is a genius. All right, I'll be real with you, bro. Only geniuses can do shit like that.
It's a very different way of thinking. Cause,
it is a different way of thinking about it.
Since you're in a field where it doesn't have to be like I gotta go, it allows you to look at things in a different aspect of life. That I could take my time and do this and do that, which is pretty cool, and it makes it a lot easier on you, to be honest, because you can take it's kind of like you're an artist. Like let's say like a music artist, like you can drop this album, and you don't have to drop anything else for like another 4 or 5 months, 6 months to a year. It doesn't matter. Like you can take your time and do it whenever you want to do it, and which is great and awesome. That's so very that's just fantastic.
Now that you're saying that, I think that separated me, my industry at least, because the writing industry is very fragile, because you get one shot really to make it to the big leagues, and after that you have to keep going. I think I took a different approach where I got in there. I got like what I wanted or what I needed. It took very slow time. Like it took me like a year or more to actually write a book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very. I think that's gonna help me out in like an audience of understanding like we're all human, because people think like anything, musicians, artists, writers, people think like they're robots, they're just working every day, but we have lives too, like I have my own problems, I have anxiety like you do, anyone else does.
Makes total sense, man. I completely agree with everything you're saying. Hey man, let's open it up. Do you have any questions for us, man, at all? Like anything you gotta say to us?
Okay, I haven't seen you guys like in 4 years. How have you guys been doing? Like I can't believe I'm talking to you guys right now. It's like unbelievable.
Hey, I can't believe you hit me up. That's the crazy thing. I didn't even know you was gonna do that, man. Shoot, I guess I'll go first since I'm talking already, man. I've been cool. Since the last time I seen you, like 4 or 5 years ago. Kept playing basketball. I'm gonna go, to Langston University, which is cool. I have a girlfriend. What else? I have a job as well. Got our podcast going. Doing well on TikTok. And that's about it for me. That's a little small, summary of like what I've been doing lately. Nothing really too major. It's been pretty simple. Nothing. Got to give me a couple more years to start getting to a lot of bigger and better things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I guess it's my turn, bruh. We talked about it on before we went live. Me and you a little bit, bruh. Living a very varied life. Getting into a lot. You know what I'm saying? I told the story on the podcast a few times. I was a pimp for a little bit, right? I was in the Navy, boxed. You know what I'm saying? Working, restaurant, moving to sales. You know what I mean? But Port City in the house. I love to see it. What's up? It's my dad in the chat. You know what I mean? But yes, bruh. We're currently, man, just working on rounding out myself as a human being, becoming I see it happening in real time, right? I'm starting to become a man that people, both men and women, can admire and want to emulate in a small fashion, right? I'm just trying to scale it as far as I can go. You know what I'm saying? And right, I'm at a point now where I'm about to really 10x it, trying to become an unstoppable force, right? A lot of guys say a lot of smart shit, right? When's the last time you seen someone do something impressive, right? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at in my head, right? And first things first, I'm starting with my body, you know what I mean? And I am figuring it out tonight how to take people with me and show them what I'm doing. And I'm going to share it. I'm going to share everything that I'm doing. So, yeah, that's where we at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Another thing is, the podcast and what I want to do, I want to show the people that are in my position of, man, what am I gonna do? Like, I want to be famous, or I want to do this and that. Like, a lot of times you see these famous people, you see their end goals, you see them at the top. You don't see them throughout the process of them growing. So that's why I want to show and share with people as well that, man, I ain't came from nothing, man. I came from average, middle class household, man. You feel me? I had to just work for this and find out what I really wanted to do, and my purpose was to get to where I want to get, and I want to share it with those other people that you can do the same exact thing.
If you guys don't mind, I have one more question for this both of you.
Hey, you can ask as many questions as you want.
If you knew, like, you can have one son, let's say you have one son, and that's all you have for the rest of your life, how would you raise the one son by themselves?
Go ahead, Pat.
This nigga is a Spartan, bro. All right, off the rip, my son, man, has to be a Spartan. And I think that would be awesome for me, just in general, because me knowing I have a son and he's here, I'm going to demand so much of myself. It's ridiculous, right? Because I refuse to look my son in the face knowing I'm a failure. I can't do that to him, right? It's disrespectful. You know what I mean? I made you, so now I got a responsibility, bro. I gotta give you the game. So now I gotta get out here rocking. So honestly, bro, Like, all honesty to you, if I did have one son, you know what I mean, well, in that case, he has a mother because I can't lay an egg, right? So I'm gonna be real. For a lot of his life, he'll be with his mom for a lot. You know what I mean? I will be off doing what I do, making things happen. You know what I mean? I'll still very, very much have a presence in his life. You know what I mean? I'll still be a call away, constantly giving him games. I never feel like he doesn't have guidance. You know what I mean? But I am off doing great things. I'm not going to be at home 24/7 at all. I'll probably see my son like once every few years. But
Wow.
yeah, man. Yeah.
For me,
What about you, Mari?
my son will be the most successful man in the world, man. I swear he's going to be a successful businessman, successful athlete. Um, he's going to be a great person, a great man. He's going to know how to fight the whole nine. I'm going to literally like from birth, like my son is going to be molded and how to work hard with everything. Like show him that building something from scratch is how you want to live your life. When it comes to sports and stuff like that, if he wants to do sports, cool. I'm gonna be there every step of the way. I'm gonna be that crazy dad that like you feel me, get my son up, you feel me, at 3, 4 in the morning. But that's if he wants to do that. If he wants to do that, I'm gonna be that dad that I'm gonna be there for every step of the way. Cause like I don't want to miss nothing. I want to be there from the first words, the first steps, everything. I'm gonna be there every step of the way, everything. When it comes to making money, I'm not gonna give him no handouts at all. I'm gonna show him that you gotta get it from the dirt. You gotta learn how to plant your seeds, let the fruit grow, and then 5, 10 years later, you chilling eating the fruit. And that's basically in a representation of working hard, so by the time you 30, 40, 50, you can just chill for the rest of your life if that's what you wanted to do. So I would teach him how to be a very great, unstoppable man. That's the total goal in every single aspect.
Yeah, I had a question for you off that. It's gone. Okay.
My bad.
Never
I
mind.
be going. I be
It's
going.
good. It's good. It's
Any other questions, Andres?
See, I asked you guys because I was like wondering because I think the way I do it was like different. And it was different, but I was just wondering what you guys would do because I'm very different.
What would you do?
Yeah. What would you do?
I mean, the reason I say I want to live in isolation is because I want my kid to live in isolation. I'm a believer in mental health. That's my main thing. I've always believed in mental health is the first thing. If you have the isolation, all that like worry is gone. Social media is gone. Stuff like that is gone. So growing up as the only child myself, I kind of know like what to expect already, and I know that kids need to play outside with other kids and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's what really shapes a person. I think what shapes a person is the nature around them. If you can appreciate the nature around you and like what it is, then you can appreciate yourself because we're all living together. And I'm much more of a person that wants my kid to think outside the box. As far as money goes, I don't care what they do. I mean, it's up to you. I'm much more of like it's good to have money, but what do you want to do? The thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want you to like let's say I'm writing still. I don't want you to just write just because I'm doing it. In fact, I would probably keep my kid he wouldn't know that I was a writer. I wouldn't tell him. I wouldn't tell him how much I made. I wouldn't tell him anything because I don't know. It's just to me, raising the kid in nature and isolation is the best thing for me.
That's a crazy approach because right, me personally, I feel like not facing problems or like not being exposed to things that can cause you stresses and mentally and stuff like that is like the worst way to build strength, bro. Because like to me, the only way you do it is through getting in the fire and just getting hit up. You know what I mean? That builds resiliency. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think as men we're built for that shit, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's what it means. You know what I mean? The life of a man is hard, and I feel like it's like that for on purpose. You know what I mean? Because once you get to a point where you are a great person, there's no better existence on earth. You know what I'm saying? To being a great man who came up through some shit.
And nobody can take that from you as well.
You can't.
I understand what you mean, but I don't think it has to be that way for some people. I'm a firm believer that most people, yes, they get the job. Like I said, they live the life of like stress. They jump into the fire. But at the end of the day, these people, when they're older, don't know what peace is because you never had it. I think by jumping straight into the fire, you know what peace is. You never had it. But with isolation, for the first couple of years at least, not forever, but first like 10 or less years, you really build a example of what peace should be. So when you jump into the fire later, you know when to step back from it. And you know when to go into it. There's a boundary, I think, between stress, successfulness, and peace.
Big question. Do you meditate?
I do not actually.
You do not?
Okay, well, I mean, meditation, like, what I do, I just kind of sit in a room and just kind of think. That's my meditation. Quietness.
Makes sense.
Like that.
The isolation would be kind of like meditate and just trying to like getting used to yourself and being comfortable with yourself in that peace. I feel like that is something that is very important because I wouldn't want my kid to not be comfortable with who he is just because of the things that are going on around him. Another thing I was going to say about my son, I want to build in him to be able to ask questions and to be able to disagree with people. I want him to be able to, okay, I see how you think, but this is how I think, and this is the reason why. That's
is a lost art form.
We've done it on the podcast. Yeah, we've done it a couple times. Agree, disagree. You know what I'm saying? I think the chat heard it. We have very different viewpoints on life, and we're still here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what it's about. This is how you get to places. I don't know where this agree with everything shit came from. I think it's stupid. Yeah, you don't get anywhere like that.
Yeah, you don't, because if we agree on the same thing, then there's nothing to talk about. That we have having different points and different views of life is very important, and that's why I said, I want him to be able to question people, and I want him to do his own research as well. I don't want him to just go off of what he said and what she said. Do your own research and build your own knowledge. I want him to be able to walk into a conversation and be able to be professional and be able to stand his ground and give his piece. That's something I want to build in my son.
Speaking of family, would you guys be fine with being a stay-at-home dad?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Speaking of family, would you guys be okay with being the stay-at-home dad instead of working?
I would lose my mind. Absolutely not. Yes. No, bro. I would. No. I never.
Let me ask you a question. Who's working? How are the bills getting paid?
Well, for me, it's either both mom and dad work, or either or works. It's up to whatever the family wants.
Okay, but specifically in this question, you're saying like who's would you rather be a stay-at-home dad? Does it mean that I'm not working still, or I'm not working and then like my wife is working and she's taking that role? How are you asking this question?
Like the wife's working, but you still can work later in life when the kid's older, type of thing.
No, because then I feel like that's the same thing as like the women getting pregnant. I would not want to do that at all. I feel like as a man you lose power that way. That's what I feel, because if the woman's going out and working all day and I'm sitting at home and doing this, I feel like I believe in the traditional roles, so I feel like that's swapped, and I would not want to do that at all. I want to be able to work and get home by about 4, 5, 6 o'clock. After my kid gets done with their homework and stuff like that, and still be there, but I don't want to be at home all day. And being in the house is like being trapped in a box. And I don't like being trapped in a box, because it's like kind of like being like claustrophobic, even though, it's even my house is not super big, but I still get a little claustrophobic being in it too long. I couldn't do that.
You sound like LeVar Ball. Tell Amari, get it out the mud and get it back in blood from the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. My kids go crazy, man.
But, yeah, I couldn't do that. What about you, Andres? Stay at home, does that work for you?
I am content for whatever works. Okay. I'm a person that I go with it. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, if I need to work, whatever, it's fine. I can do it. I'm not gonna be mad if I don't work. Stay home dad. Because I get what you guys mean. Yes, like it's very like different, but at least I'll be with my kids most of the time. I think that's one of the pluses, but I wouldn't mind doing it. I don't think just because like I think I have the patience to like deal with the kid all the time. I think I can do it like constantly.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to okay, we don't have no kids, no experience or anything like that. But like, do you feel like you should like every step of the way, right? Your kid is going through something. Do you feel like you should allow them to learn some things on their own sometimes? Like,
I think that they should learn everything almost on their own.
okay,
I
Because
agree.
I the way I think of it might be different from you guys, but the reason I say that is because as a human, and especially when I'm older, I'm already corrupt kind of by the world. They're not corrupt just yet, or might not be. So if I'm influencing their decisions, I'm corrupting them.
okay. So, but do you believe in giving a little bit of game so they can, you know, think about it, not do exactly like go this way, but you want to instill in their brain, okay, I know what the consequences could be, and I know that what the outcome can be. So, but I'm still gonna make my own decision if I want to go right or left. You know, that's what I believe in. I believe in giving a heads up. So going into the situation, they're not blind because I would never want my kid to go into a situation blind because then I feel like I'm doing them a disservice at that point. Like, cause that's what my parents do to me. They give me advice all the time. I never have went into a situation where I don't feel like I don't know what to do in some type of way, because either my mom, my dad, or my older brother or grandma, grandpa has given me some advice. So when I get in that situation, I'm there and I already know. Okay, I remember what they said, but it's still my choice on what I want to do.
I was raised differently, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't think my mother and father realized they did this, but is they this was what happened. They pretty
Wait,
much
wait, Pat, hold on.
oh,
Wait, Pat, we
what
start lagging. Say that again.
yo.
Say that again.
So I was raised a lot differently. I don't think my mother and father realized they did this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can tell it wasn't done on purpose. But here's how I felt I came up. Right? They gave me the tools. Here, boom, suit, battle. Right? You good. You got everything you need. Now go, fight, keep going. Right? That's how I felt it was, and I think it was awesome for me for pretty much where I've ended up at. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Right.
I mean, I like where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely do with the letting kids go through things themselves. Just give them the game, let them ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I feel like that advice beforehand, letting them know, this can happen and this can happen, but at the end of the day, it's your choice, it's your life, because you got to live with it. And I feel like my dad, my mom have done very great with doing that. And that's the reason why I'm here right now, and I'm completely thankful for them, man. It's been a really really good podcast, man. We talked about a
I don't
lot,
want to
man.
stop.
Talked about a lot.
I don't want to stop. I want to keep going.
Hey,
All right.
man,
What
we
was
don't
that?
have to, man. We can keep going. It's
I
up
want
to
to keep
y'all,
going.
man. We can keep going,
It
man.
is weird because what is weird because that question. What was the original question? Right.
About like stay home dad type of thing, or like raising kids.
We went over. Oh yeah. Like, do you think it's best to let kids go through things themselves? Yeah. How did you feel about that?
I'm gonna give you an example. So there's two roads, same color, whatever, same length.
Oh,
I would
nice.
blindfold my kid. Walk. If you walk like into like no, if you like, let's say there's like two roads split off and there's like a space in the middle.
4.
If you walk in the empty space, you succeeded.
Oh, so basically, what you're saying, you don't want them to be scared to walk in that empty space. Is what you're saying?
Kinda, yeah.
So like, you don't want them to be okay. Okay, so it's basically letting them make that own decision by themselves, and then they're living with that decision, basically, right?
Even though it seems like there's only like two choices, there's always a third or fourth one, no matter what it is.
So you see the gray area in everything.
In everything I look at, I see there's an alternate option, usually for the good, no matter what it is.
Okay, that makes complete sense. I do feel like, okay, there's this and this, but I feel like I can do this, so I can end up here still. Okay, because there's also the routes that no one has ever taken before, and that we haven't discovered. Okay, pretty good. You got any other questions for us?
Damn.
I'm trying to think.
Actually, let me ask a question. Are you gender biased when it comes to kids? Like, do you just want a son or do you just want a daughter?
I see the benefits of both.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's great things that come with the daughter and the son.
Okay.
And there's different challenges, of course, with daughters and sons. And I think by having those challenges, it makes me a better person.
Okay. So, having a daughter, how would you raise her?
Kind of the same way. Two roads, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I would want her to go backwards instead of going forward. Because my reason is, no offense to anyone, girls in this day and age, at least, especially with social media, and this is how girls are in general, kind of, very petty, catty, and drama-like.
Speak.
Turn me up, Andres. Turn me up.
If you make a U-turn and go to the other space, you're avoiding all of that drama, negativity, body shaming, anything it might be. So I basically would want my daughter to turn the other cheek, kind of thing.
Okay. You just mentioned body shaming. So, do you feel that women should be held accountable, right? Or do you... Okay, so body shaming when it comes to men and women, do you feel like if a man is fat, do you feel like it's a problem? And do you feel like if it's a woman fat, do you feel like it's a problem as well?
I feel like it's a problem either way. I mean, like I've always said, for me, it's like, if you're happy, whatever, doesn't matter to me.
Okay. So just, as long as you're happy within yourself.
That's all that matters.
Okay. But you can't expect for things to, go a certain way if you're like that, right?
I never expect anything from anyone.
Okay, that makes sense. So, no expectations. As long as you're happy with yourself, you're good to go.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I can't do it, bro. I gotta come in.
I know you was going to be Frank Castle. I knew you was going to be Frank Castle.
I can't do that, right? Because my thing is, I think that the pursuit of happiness is like the worst thing that you can do, right? Because here's my thing. When people say that, like, oh, what do you want? Right? I just want to be happy. Who the fuck told you were supposed to be happy all the time anyway? Right? Because to me, emotions are very necessary, right? When you're angry, when you're upset, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling down, right? It's there. So your body is telling you something is wrong. We need to fix this. All right. This is very real. It's there to keep you alive. Emotions are biologically hardwired into us, right? So when people try to go for the pursuit of happiness, they end up being more unhappy. Why do I say that? Because I've been there before, thinking that pleasure is what I was thinking, and bruh, doing that shit, I entered some of the darkest points of my life. So I know better than to do that. You know what I mean? I think at this point, my life has turned into doing what I need to do, no matter how I feel about it, either way, shape, or form, and just that leads to more gratitude in the long term. You know what I'm saying? And like, man, and I wanted to answer the other one too, right? That's a lot we can get into.
Raising a daughter?
About the gender bias, right? Because I'm growing on this. Okay. Before I was all son, all king, son, right? I'm growing up. I'm maturing. You know what I'm saying? Because
each episode, sheesh, go back and watch a couple episodes ago.
I was tripping, right? All right, man. Or very recently, as in the last few days, right? I've come across this idea, right? Because the reason I was all son, king is because I was under the notion that if you had a daughter, you got to give up. You know what I mean? She's automatically going to be a lunatic, idiot, right? But it doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? That's just me putting like what I see from the mass of women onto like a kid that I don't even have yet. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm very open to the fact that a woman can definitely be a responsible, accountable human being. You know what I'm saying? It brought up the right way. So like now that I understand that that's a possible thing that can actually happen. I'm not opposed to having a daughter. Still really want a son. I'm gonna be real, but if it happened, I wouldn't be upset.
Interesting you say that. For me, at least, I think that I would have a hard time raising a son than a daughter.
Why you say that? That's
because I don't know. It's just something about it. Like I feel like guys, like you said earlier, like they kind of just jump into it. But I'm not like that really. So I would be better with the daughter, I think, because they're more of like not hesitant, but like more careful, like more cautious. So I don't think I could handle as much as I could a daughter because I'm not used to like jump right into the fire type of thing.
Yeah, because dudes they learn by scraping up their knees and then learning that okay, I'm not supposed to do that, and then you got your daughters. How does this make me feel? Is this okay? Is this the right thing to do? No, it's not. Okay, I need to do this because this doesn't seem correct. And I completely agree with that. I don't know. I didn't want to have a daughter like 2-3 years ago. I was like, no, because I always had to. Ain't nobody finna get out my daughter. I don't want nobody trying to get out my daughter. You feel me? That's but that's me being 14, 15, being immature. Now I'm like, this is the natural cycle of life. This is going to happen. I want that daddy's little girl. I really do. I feel like that's something that's really awesome. I want to build my daughter into being like, the new generation of how a woman should act. From a traditional standpoint and from a modern standpoint. I want my daughter to be like an advocate and of just being a great woman. All around in every single aspect. She's going to have a great mother and a great father to help her get there.
Damn, man. We could keep going for a long time, bro.
Because we really can.
Bro, because that's crazy that because I like that, right? Because the fears that I had with having a daughter, right? It was mainly from the fact that, like I said, right? Comparing her to these other women out here. You know what I'm saying? That are out here. I'm just keep it a buck, bro. These women are not like the mass, not all of them, right? But the mass of women, they're not women, they're girls. All right. They're not grown adults whatsoever. They can't make their own decisions, right? The OnlyFans is popping. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Best job in the world. You know what I mean? I'm an advocate for it. But you got to think, right? It's just the way it's going. Being a hoe is promoted. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good for the longevity of a civilization, bro. I think it's going to lead to the fall of life as we know it. You know what I mean? But yeah, where am I going with that?
Yeah.
Where am I going with that? I think raising an accountable human being is possible. So with that, I am open to having a daughter now. Yeah, here we go. I'm getting a little tired. Now I'm gonna have to wrap it up.
Okay. You got anything else on that, Andres?
Huh?
Like you guys are saying, like you guys are like very like okay, like yeah, this is gonna happen no matter what. I think the problem with me, at least, the problem with myself is I have too much hope sometimes. That's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very hopeful. I'm like a optimistic person more than like a realist. So I mean that could like negatively affect me, but just the way I think though, it's too positive sometimes. That could be a bad thing, good thing, whatever you take for it.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm similar, in some way, but I'm a person, like, why are you letting this get you down in life? You still here on this earth, so that means you got to get through it. You got to get to that next day. But then I'm also that person. Okay, this is what is going on, right? So there's. I don't like things being sugarcoated. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't want to sugarcoat things. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because in this world, it's a cruel world. So
Raw.
you got to get it how you can. That's what I'm gonna say about that. Yeah, man. I think that was pretty good, man. Great episode, Andres. You have anything for us?
If I could say like one more thing,
Yeah, go ahead.
remember, best writers are the most dangerous people.
So,
All right, you got to keep going. What the
Andres
fuck is
is
that?
dangerous.
Wait, what?
Repeat it. Say it loud for the people that's in the back that can't hear you.
The best writers are the most dangerous types of people.
Hey, man. Hey.
Please keep. I need him to explain.
Bro, he explained his poetry to us earlier, man. You got to take it in your perspective. You got
Best
the way
writers.
how you perceive that is how you got to take
That wasn't a poem. It was a statement. Was it a poem?
That was it. It was both. It was both.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's what you want it to be.
Is that?
Okay.
Hey, that's what he told us earlier. It's what you want it to be. I know what I want it to be. But
what do you want it to be? What do you want that to be? What does that mean to you?
To me, it means.
Oh, okay. You couldn't tell what I was talking to. All right, go ahead and answer, Andres. Here we go. What does that mean? No.
Why you do that? Why you do that? He was going to say it too. I do. I was like, is he going to say it or is he not going to say it?
I can't try again. I missed my shot. I missed it. All right, Amari.
I'll just tell you guys. This is my
Yes.
People always turn the blind eye to how history unfolds. The people who are left to write, though, are the ones sitting in the back of the corner, observing everything. Best writers are the most dangerous people.
Wow. Okay, and I really understand that. That's just like saying, like, you know, the quiet people are the most dangerous people. You know, because they're looking, they're observing everything. You know, they're seeing your weakness, they're seeing your strengths. You know, good at, not good at. They know what they're good at, so they know where they can fit in. They know where they can leave their mark. So I completely agree with that. Can you give us any constructive criticism, any tips, anything about the podcast that you liked or didn't like? You know, we don't have any what's the name? We don't care what you say. Go ahead and say whatever.
I'm gonna say it again. I'm very positive, so I think it was great. I think you guys keep doing what you do. Do not be afraid to take risks.
Do not be afraid to take risks. Okay.
You must not know who we are.
Hey, we've been shooting our shots. We've been shooting for real, man. We've been trying to get quite a bit of people on here. We gonna keep shooting. Shoot. No podcast tomorrow night. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4th of July.
Y'all have a great day tomorrow. Eat some good food. I want y'all bellies to be full tomorrow. Have a great time with your family. Yeah, man. Pat, you got anything before we end it?
I didn't even talk about the physical fitness thing. I am big on that, but like I think we're towards the end. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll drop something on y'all another time. You know what I mean? But this was awesome.
Bro, just drop a clip. We don't have to drop clips. We don't have to drop clips and stuff, bro.
We do have to drop clips and stuff. Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get it tomorrow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Here, post podcast. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what time.
Pat, you glitched.
At a point now, bro, I'm ready to take my productivity and get it to like an autonomous point. Probably start 10. I know exactly what to do to start making big moves in my life and like other people's. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at a point where it's like I'm more so moving to not asking other people questions and just asking me. Right? Because I feel like everybody, not even being on some like I'm the best shit or I'm being serious right now. You know what you got to do. You know what I mean? Everybody, no matter who it is, people in the chat, Andres, Amari, like you know what you got to do, bruh. Instead of asking everybody, ask yourself once. You know what I'm saying? The answer's just there. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave y'all with some game.
That's so crazy because I want to add a little bit more to that. Well, I want to ask Andres a question. How do you feel about the open-mindedness? Do you feel like you can learn even from a bum on the street?
Exactly. I was saying it earlier to my dad. I believe like the most poor man is the most smartest man. Mm-hmm. 2 reasons. keep fun. Now, I know you guys might not agree with it, but money isn't everything. Money doesn't rule the world. I think that's a good thing. And they might have found peace. You don't know in that circumstance. They're content. They're the simple things.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I come from.
Okay. Yeah, man. I believe that you can learn from anybody. I believe you can learn from a bum on the street. When it comes to maybe it might not work, like maybe they might give you advice on something that you're probably not into right at that point in your life, but at some point in your life, it can fit the puzzle. You know, that's what I believe in. And I feel like if they are saying BS to you, then in one ear and out the other. You know how to filter, the BS and then stuff that's going to be very valuable to you later on in life. When something that you haven't heard before and you really think about it, you ask somebody else about it, it makes sense. Then I feel like okay, then that person just gave me some value. That's what I think about that. But yeah, man, we went on quite a bit. We extended the podcast longer than we normally do, man. You've been our longest podcast, man. Our longest episode. We haven't did an hour and a half yet, man. I'm so glad you're able to be on here. I'm glad that you hit me up, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that so much, man. You keep doing your thing. Pat, you gonna drop his links in the chat?
Bruh, we got to figure that out. We're
Okay.
still growing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Following our face, moving forward. I dropped the links and the link didn't work. You know what I mean? But
It's good.
check. Everybody here follows us on Instagram. I am gonna post on Andreas' page and promote his stuff on Instagram. This guy was an awesome guest. I'm so glad he was here. But yeah,
Talked about a lot of great stuff, man. It's been the Don't Overthink It podcast starring me, Young and the Head In,
your boy Patrick Haynes.
and with the special guest, Andreas Leung. And we're going to catch y'all later, man. Peace.
Oh man, that was great.